Hi everyone! Well, we are on a mission today to save the sunflowers, tie up some. We've got some giant ones right behind me that definitely need staking up. They're falling over, getting all over the garden.
Kim, there's a butterfly.
Oh my gosh, where?
Look where I'm pointing.
Right on the scarlet runner beans. Oh my gosh, that's beautiful.
That's gorgeous.
You can see the ones behind me are probably about 15 feet tall and they're falling over. But first we're gonna head over to the fence where Jerry and I did the trellis a couple of weeks ago because those need tying up too. Got some stakes and some twine. I told Jerry to grab his gear and head out to the garden while we're just doing a little work day here. So it's gonna be fun. Now you guys remember a few weeks ago, we just filmed here on the fence, put this trellis in. The sunflowers were literally about 2 feet smaller than. Jerry, I cannot believe how quickly these grown. In just a couple of weeks, they've cleared the fence. Look at these beautiful sunflower heads getting ready to bloom. So what I need to do though is tie them up at the top of the fence so they don't fall over. So I'm actually using some thick twine this time. This is reusable. A few people suggested on the last video to use something reusable to tie them up. So we're gonna go with the twine. I love the natural look. I think it's really rustic and pretty. So I'm just gonna clip off a little length, tie them up. I absolutely love sunflowers. They make me so happy whenever I see them growing. The sunny, beautiful color just screams summer to me.
And remember how many sunflowers we saw in Romania? Just how gorgeous that was?
That was
just fields after fields.
Incredible, and they always like turn to face the sun.
Yeah, that's right.
One thing that's been kind of cool about the sunflowers is just keeping the birds and the chipmunks off of the tomatoes because I see them out here kind of pecking away at the top. And they kind of spread the sunflower seeds all around too, which means I'll have lots more volunteers popping up next year. These are, I think these are the gray stripe sunflower, which are in the sunflower seed collection. I love how tall they get. Actually, I think that might be the black oil too. Those are in the kids collection as well. Got a lot of different varieties in here. So this was a totally impromptu, just grab the camera, run out and film on the fly. So let us know what you guys think of this format.
Yeah, I'd be really curious to hear too if y'all enjoy this style of filming.
Yeah, I'm just doing what I would do normally on a day out in the garden. And let me know too if you guys have any other ideas for, how do you stake your sunflowers? Especially the really tall ones that tend to like fall over. It's always fun to learn from each other here. Now I am tying this twine kind of loosely here on the trellis. I don't want to like tie it super tight because that way it gives the sunflowers a little bit of wiggle room here. See that? In case it gets windy. It's really fun to see them swaying in the breeze too. I love how the sun kind of peeks through the canopy. One more little thing to do along the fence, the dwarf sunspots, much shorter variety from the sunflower collection, they're kind of falling over. So I brought my staple gun out and we're gonna try and just kind of tie them off here with the twine and make like a little mini fence. I'm gonna staple a piece of twine. I think I'll just do it right about here on the fence to hold it really well. And then string it up to the top. These sunflowers are also getting powdery mildew, so I need to trim them up and then spray them with copper fungicide for some reason. I don't know why the powdery mildew is so bad on the sunflowers this year. This twine is nice and thick, so it should hold it. Here we go. I'm gonna wrap it around the stake actually. I really love the look of tree branches and twine in the garden. Of course, my staple gun's down on the stairs. Your tools are never where you need them, are they? So I gotta pull the twine really tight. The good thing is if it doesn't work, we can reuse the twine and just make it a little sturdier, like if the twine breaks or something like that. Okay, that looks good. I've got some of the dwarf sunspot sunflowers over in the Smart Pots urban raised bed. They're just about 2 feet tall, but they're actually kind of flopping over. So So I need to get them staked up because I don't want the stems breaking. I really love seeing the sunflowers. Actually, we can see them from our bedroom window out here. It's just so pretty. It's actually been bothering me for several days that they're flopping over like this. So I'm trying to decide what kind of stakes to put up in here. I do like the tree branches, but I don't know if they're quite sturdy enough. So if I can find some taller ones, but I think for now I'm going to use these bamboo poles, and actually found an old sunflower stalk. So tying up a sunflower with a sunflower stalk. So let me just, actually some we can tie right to the trellis. This one here, I'm going to put the sunflower stalk in. Now, do you all ever have anything that's been bugging you in your garden? You keep passing by and it's something that you've been wanting to work on for a long time. It's kind of how the sunflowers have been. So it's nice to have a day today to get out here, to get a few little light gardening chores done. Nothing too big and heavy today, but it definitely feels good. And I love these little mini ones. I just think they're so like whimsical. And by mini, I think it's about 3 feet tall, would you say, Jerry?
Yeah, I think
Maybe
so.
3 feet. The urban raised bed adds a little bit of height to it, but it's perfect for a small space. Look at this. Japanese long cucumber. And that was a hawk that just flew over.
Oh,
Oh my gosh, it's so fun to see all the wildlife out in the garden. The cool thing I really enjoy about sunflowers too, you see how this head is kind of drying up? There's a new one coming out, so they do keep on blooming, which is really fun, like all summer long. Sometimes I even leave them in over the winter because the stalk's dry, the chipmunks will eat the heads, and I just always have a hard time taking them out because I love them so much.
you know what I'm going to do, everyone? I'm going to pull back and give a really wide shot to this, and everyone can see it in perspective of the rest of the garden.
I think one more. This one's flopping over here. Ooh, we've got a scallop squash. Squash alert. One more in the middle here. This one's a little on the small side right now, but man, do they ever grow fast. It's kind of fun being back here because I just saw another Japanese cucumber. Need to get out here and harvest. I love it when they bloom, but you know what I really love? Is the look of them right before they open. It's so intricate and so unique, I love it. I got the easy part out of the way first. Now I got the tough part ahead of me. These are the giant sunflowers, 15 feet tall. We might even have some that are taller than that. The stalks are ginormous. So we are going to definitely have to get the ladder out on this one. A couple we didn't quite save in time that are falling over. So this will be a little rescue operation. Well, unfortunately, I lost one sunflower here. That's kind of a bummer. And I don't think that we can get a ladder in here. So I'm going to pound this stake in and tie it up. Too steep of an area, I think, for a ladder. It's like a sunflower forest in here. It's kind of fun.
Actually, being down here, I can really see the contrast in size. I mean, granted, it's on a hill, but those things are massive.
They are massive.
I never really noticed.
I can't even get in here. It's such a forest. And these are actually all volunteers. They just came up this year. Okay, change of plans here. I'm going to tie the one by the fence up first. If I don't tie this up, we're going to lose the sunflower. So I'm going to get back in here and pound the stake in. Well, I grabbed a couple pieces of rebar, and my thought is to pound these in first as a little pre-drill hole, if you will, and then see if we can get the tall stake in. So let me climb back in the sunflower forest again.
So like a pilot hole.
Yes, a pilot hole. That's
the
what it's
word
called.
we were looking for.
Yep, that's what I was looking for. Of course, like I always say, I should have done this when they were smaller. Shoulda, coulda, woulda, right? But I actually had no idea they were going to get this tall.
Trust me, you're not the only one.
Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that. Oh yeah, this rebar is going in like it's cutting through butter. This is nice. Okay, here we go. I'm going to try and untangle, the sunflower.
Oh my gosh.
It's now stuck in my tomato trellis over there, so I got to go over and unravel it.
All right, let me see if I can just
Okay,
get it.
see that red?
Okay, try now. Oh yeah, yeah, maybe.
Okay. Oh man, this thing's heavy. Oh my gosh, this thing is crazy tall. I think I'm going to be able to attach it here. I'm going to tie it as tight as I can to the rebar. Need one more hand, someone else to put their finger on the knot. 3, 2, 1, pull. And the twine is not going to slip.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
What I'm going to do now is another piece of rebar for these few over here. Get the twine here wrapped around. This one should be pretty quick work. It's nice to see it standing up straight again. You can see the one that we lost right here. Stalk is totally broken. I'm going to grab this and save it because...
I was just going to ask you.
Ouch, my hair's caught. So yeah, I am going to save this, let it dry, trim it up, and then we'll have another stake for a trellis. Okay, now I want to show you guys too, I was able to get out here the other day and tie up a couple. Let me show you how I did that, and the stalks on those are massive. Wait till you see this. I was able to get in here and pound in one of these green 8-foot stakes the other day because I could get up on the raised bed right behind me, get the height to pound it in. But these stalks, you guys, I just cannot get over these.
Can you lift these leaves by chance?
Yeah.
Right up here?
Oh, up there? Okay, sure. And they're even bigger at the bottom.
I've never seen leaves this big here.
It's crazy. It's got to be about 2 inches in diameter. I mean, look at that.
Easily.
So here's the green stake I tied it to with twine. And look at the bottom, Jerry. Can you get a shot of the bottom?
Oh, yeah.
Look at this. This is going to be one massive stake when it's all done. I'll probably leave it in over the winter time. It'll probably last in here at least a year. And I'll have to maybe even get a hacksaw to cut this one in half. The cool thing is we get a great view on the top of our deck of the birds, the butterflies, the bees that are just making these sunflowers their home. So even though they're shading out the tomatoes here and they're not getting as many tomatoes, it is just so much fun to see the wildlife enjoying the garden. Now, I wanted to bring you guys in and show you exactly what Jerry's doing here. The sunflower is humongous, first of all, and he has got his glide cam, which weighs, what'd you say, 25, 30 pounds? So he's standing on a hill.
No, not really, but it sounds good.
It's heavy. I've tried to film with it before. And filming the sunflower stalk, this is the work that camera guy goes to get all the good shots for you guys.
Now it's getting heavy.
He's amazing. He's building some really good biceps here.
Time for the gun show.
Thanks a lot for hanging out in the garden with me today, guys. It was a ton of fun having you along while I tie up the sunflowers, rescue a couple, and just enjoy the beauty of the outdoors together. And let me know if you'd like to see more videos in this type of a format.
Yeah, I'd like to know too.
We had a lot of fun having you along. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.